Hi guys, Kathy Beltran with Wings and Whispers. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. I had a lot going on with family, with all the crazy stuff that's happening right now. But I wanted to get these videos out. I've had quite a few messages. Looking forward to the last steps. There's actually people making them, which is wonderful. So we are actually pretty much on our last step now. I've actually completed everything. And so I think where we left off is we had paper mache all of this here. And so you would actually have to paint up in this area, do some more additional feathering. I also said that if you didn't like your shaping here, you could keep adding more cardboard. And one of the tips I gave you is when it was still wet with the paper mache, you could pinch these up to give it a nice rise. And so I was pretty happy with how this turned out. And so once I finished the painting here, I went back in and just used white with one of these regular brushes, an angled brush actually. And so I did a few layers and kind of decided where I wanted my line to be. And then I did the same, added white to a certain degree right here, and added some, a little bit light feathering up on this way. So added all the white up in here and did a few layers of that, as well as painted the back side white. And so if you're happy with your line work here, then you could go to the next step, which would be, you know, again, the only colors on this one that I used up in here was that chalk paint in ink, elephant, and white. So if you're happy with everything and how it looks, you can still add. Then I would take one of my value brushes, and what I did was I took a little bit of the ink out and put it on my palette and had some paper towels. And so I did a dry brush effect here and took some of the black ink, took a lot of it off here, which I'm not going to do. And how I painted this was sometimes I went like that. Most of the times I did this effect all the way, and I made sure I did it at an angle here on this ridge line. And I just kept doing that. Then when I got to the back, before I would add more, make sure it was kind of dry on the brush. And I just did this because I just wanted this to have this look. I didn't need, you know, this wasn't really going to be seen, but I didn't want it to just be white. And so I did the dry brush here. I also took a liner brush with the ink and signed my name. And I typically write how many of these I did and put that number there. And so when you're done, you can continually add more. You can experiment with different colors if you want to put it up here with the white. And it would totally be up to you. Also, if you notice where I've tied off my wiring, I made sure with this, it kind of bunched up here as I twisted it. I made sure to paper mache over it so many times because I didn't want that to be brushing up against the wall and scraping it with pure wire. So I'm actually pretty much happy with everything. And then what I used was another value brush, and then I varnished it. And I made sure to get to the corners underneath. Remember, we had already completed these steps with the varnish, so we were just dealing with the front side. The back side should have already been completed in previous steps. So I just made sure to varnish the front, this neck area, and then the back, and I did that a couple times. And so pretty much my wings are actually done. And, you know, I know most of you know that, you know, I've been so busy in the past few weeks because my dad, you know, passed away during this time. It's a very difficult time. But so these wings, I'm actually going to keep these ones, and they're actually dedicated to my dad. So anyhow, you know, if you have any questions, just send me any messages you want. I know a lot of you don't want to post stuff in the group, and that's okay. But I look forward to seeing the pictures of your finished angel wings. And thank you guys very much. I hope that you like the tutorials. Yes, there are so many steps to it. But my goodness, they'll be so beautiful when you make them for yourselves and put them on your wall or give them as gifts to friends. So there is another tip I want to tell you. At one point I was going to sell these wings. And, you know, due to my move coming back from Georgia back to California, all my shipping boxes, trust me, there were so many, I ended up saving them all. And so I actually sent a couple out. And the problem with these is there's a lot of height on them. So when you ship something, it's going to be based on dimension. So these are fairly light. I mean, maybe 3 pounds, maybe 4 pounds, probably not even that. But it's your shipping box that's going to be your killer there, because you need to protect the corners and, you know, all of that. So in the end, one of these, the very same similar one, probably cost me, with a little bit of insurance, I would say maybe it was $118, $120 to ship this just within the continental US. And so you might want to think on something smaller, because obviously these take a long time to make, but your shipping is going to be the problem here if you decide to want to sell these things. And finding the box. So if you're ever going to make these and you plan on selling them, find the box first and your dimensions on that, and your packaging material inside to protect it, because I actually had to make boxes for these because I didn't think about that step, and that was a process. Anyhow, so that's just a few tips for me. If you have any questions, you know, reach out. But this is step 16, and it's the last step. And when you're done, I swear you are going to love your angel wings. So you guys, until my next project or my next set of wings, and I will probably be throwing a bunch of different things in here. Anyways, have a great day, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Thank you.